The IRS CP504 comes by certified mail mailed out to you from the IRS. This is a collections letter, and the IRS is letting you know the next steps that they're going to take. This is the final balance due reminder and their intent to levy. Now, what does levy mean? In plain language, it is the same thing as a garnishment. They could go after any type of income, any type of assets, and that's exactly what the IRS collections is gearing up for. Now, if you have tax problems and you owe for multiple years, the IRS has to issue out the CP504 before they are able to take action. So, for example, if you received the CP504 for a different tax year several years ago, that notice just has to get issued one time ever before the IRS could take action on that particular year. My name is Sergio Melendez. I'm an enrolled agent Juris Doctorate with over 17 years experience. I have resolved millions of dollars on behalf of my clients with their IRS debt. If you're liking this content, please subscribe to our channel and hit the like button on this video. If you take a look at the right top corner of the page, you're going to notice that it's going to reference the IRS letter CP504, the tax year, and your social security number. Now, the IRS, they're the largest collection agency in the world, and that's what they're doing right now. They're collecting. So they don't care whether you owe $1 or you owe $100,000 or $1 million. For whatever tax year you do on, that's exactly what this letter is going to include. It's going to include the total balances that you do owe, including the assessed balance, the interest, and total penalties charged. You might be thinking, what if I cannot pay the money that they're asking me for? Not for this notice, not for the other notices, not for any notice whatsoever. You are going to have to prove you can't pay. And here's how you prove you cannot pay. You could request what's known as financial hardship, or you could request a hardship installment agreement, meaning you could establish an installment agreement that you could afford to pay. So here's how you propose a solution to the IRS. Number one, you have to make contact with the IRS ACS collections department. Now, I would recommend also, before you do make contact, gather up some of your financial forms. Some of the financial forms means get a calculation of how much income you do make per month. So you could review your pay stubs, or if you're commission-based, you're self-employed, have what's known as a profit and loss. When you call IRS ACS, some of the information that they request, it's what's known as a form as a 433F, F as in Foxtrot, or the 433H, H as in Henry. Now, the difference between the two of those, the 433F is just a collection information statement. The 433H is if you're requesting a hardship installment plan, you talk to the agent and you're not quite ready, the agents may grant a temporary stay of collections, meaning a collections hold that's sometimes good for 10 days, sometimes good for 30 days, sometimes good for 60 days. Whatever time frame they give you and whatever the forms they're requesting, it's important that you jot down the date. For example, this might be common. You might call up and say, well, I got a CP504 for tax year 2016. It's $100,000. I don't have $100,000. And the agent says, well, how much can you pay? You say, I cannot pay anything. The agent then might say, well, okay, this is what we're going to need. We're going to need you to supply us a 433F. We're going to need you to supply proof of income, proof of expenses, and we need you to call back no later than 30 days from now. So it's important that you jot down exactly what's needed and the date of the future of whatever time frame the IRS gives you. Take a wild guess what happens when you do not comply by the due date. You don't want to find out. So you have to do whatever possible. In your time off, I understand that work-life balance is a bit hectic, but this is one of the major issues that you need to sit aside, because the IRS, this is a threat, and this threat do not take lightly. It's time to take some action. Now, on the other hand, the one program that ACS does not handle is the Offer and Compromise program. If you do qualify for the Offer and Compromise program, that's calculated on a 433 AOIC, the 656. You have to support the supporting documents, and it goes to a whole separate campus. The campus that you mail it off to depends on where you live. It's either Memphis or Brookhaven. So if you do mail it off, you have to contact the collections department and you have to advise them the day you mailed it off, and maybe the agent, you have to provide them proof of mailing. And what the agent doesn't is they code it in their systems. Now they're waiting on an offer and compromise to be received, so that could be processed. Once you do submit the offer and compromise and the IRS codes it up, then you have a general hold of collections until the IRS processes that something that compromise you're requesting some help on. We provide a free case review to see if there is something that we are able to do to help you out with your collection matters with the IRS. Thank you for watching, and if you have not subscribed to our channel, go ahead and click subscribe. Don't forget to click this video, and we have more content coming your way.